Hey, good day, and welcome to another day of the rest of your life. This is me, Tom the Mormon, here to bring you another wonderful daily journal podcast. I'm the compassionate, free-thinking, Christian libertarian, capitalist, conservative, libertarian, anarchist, transhumanist vegan with a love of all life and the blockchain. Here to go off the beat of my own drum, as my mom would say, to share a little personal daily journal with you and anyone that cares to listen. This is mainly, I do these journals mainly for myself, but also for you, because you are the listener, and you can subscribe, like these posts, and perhaps you'll get something out of this that'll be beneficial to you or your family in the future. If you are my family, then good on you. And if you're my great grandchildren, I love you very much. And isn't this amazing technology? I didn't know my great grandparents, but you do. So it's me, your great grandfather here, saying hello, have a good day today. And isn't this amazing? There was something long ago that was called the world without the blockchain. And you're going to ask yourself, how did the world ever live without the blockchain? How did they do things? How did they do transactions? Wasn't it silly? Pen and ink. They had a little squiggle of it on a piece of paper. Geez, that's like hitting a chisel onto a rock and making an indentation in the rock and calling that currency. Well, that's what we did. We did silly things like take a piece of paper from a tree, piece of dead washed tree, and we'd write on it with some weird chemical that makes a little mark. It wasn't even like a fingerprint or a retinal eye scan. It was just kind of a squiggle from a pen. And we called that trust. Well, there's a lot of people that could be trusted just on a handshake, their word. But when you're dealing with, anybody and everybody in the world, you don't know who's who out there. But your computer does. Your computer is a mathematical genius that can calculate if this person is real or not, and it can share this information with other nodes, other people, and groups on the internet to verify if the person you're dealing with is real. And if it isn't, then it won't go through. If it isn't, then the transaction won't occur. So the blockchain prevents mistakes from happening. It's a much cleaner, crispier way. By the time you're watching this, there's probably a much cleaner way. Back in the day when they used the blockchain, now we use the astrophysicist chain. I don't know what it's going to be called in the future, but this is the blockchain, and this is exciting. Bitcoin is back up to about $4,400 US since I left the house, but who knows? It could be back to $43.25 by the time I finish this blog. But it could be up to 45. You never know. It's going to be a little bit volatile, and that's the fun of it. You can actually make a little bit of money. You can lose a bit, make a bit. You can have some fun with it. Either way, you're going to profit from your investment if you get in now. By this time next year, Bitcoin should be somewhere in the neighborhood of $10,000 to $20,000 over the next 2 years. Maybe more. Who knows? But I'll tell you one thing. It's going to be very, very exciting as some of these other cryptocurrencies are coming up. The ones that are working with the traditional banks, now they're starting to get into it a little bit more. Ripple and Stellar Lumens are cryptocurrencies that are working in conjunction with the traditional banks. And believe you me, the people that control the money now are going to want to control it in the future. So you just watch any of these small-time cryptocurrencies that seem to be associated to banks. Watch them go through the roof and explode to the point where you're not going to even recognize reality in terms of finances. if your finance goes up from 1,000 to 3,000% profit, you're just going to go, I can't believe it. And if you happen to get that and invest a little bit of money in it, you may find yourself extremely well off in terms of the world and the ratio that you're comparing to the world. And you can take your initial investment back, put your retirement savings away, and boom. And then just, I don't know, play a video game with the rest until it plateaus and balances out, where to the point where everybody's using it. Because everybody's going to be. And it's those kids that are smart, that get in now, and keep an eye on the smaller cryptocurrencies. Like Ethereum popped open earlier this year in the spring. It went from about 30, then to 80, and then to 250 and close to $300 per, and even went over $300 for a while. It was up to $400 at one point for one Ether coin token. And right now it's sitting just below $300 American per coin, in the mid 200s anyway, safely. But well over 2.5 times your money, like right off the bat. And if you had a bit caught the wave as it gone up, if you're paying attention, you could have very simply made doubled your money, and then double your money again on the next investment if you're once again paying attention. For those of us with regular jobs, sometimes it's hard to pay attention to the fast changes, or if we have things going on in our lives that keep us so busy that we are not able to pay attention, then that's unfortunate, because time is of the essence. You could make 10 times what you make in your regular job if you're paying attention. It's very important to pay attention right now. If you're catching this video when it was close to when it was made, way back in October the 6th of 2017, year of our Lord. If you happen to catch this video in 2017, well, if you listen to my advice, you would eat right, love your family, be good to one another, and invest into the blockchain, into one or several of the 900 cryptocurrencies that are currently on the internet available to be invested in, then you, my friend, are a winner. Ding, ding, ding. A smart person, and way to go. And I'm glad you could do that. So, anyways, I gotta get some gas. Have yourselves a great day. This is back in the days when we used fossil fuels to run our vehicles. I'm Tom the Mormon, from coming to you live from Muskoka, Ontario, Canada. Love one another, and be good to yourself, eat right, and join the blockchain. In the name of Jesus Christ, amen.